as an artist, you're not really obliged to sing about that, but you have a responsibility to use whatever creative process that you have in uniting people in order to play a different role from what others did. Because art, to me, is a tool that is supposed to unite people. I started loving the music when I was like 6 years old, and it was just the music that I had on radio, because I haven't seen an artist in my life. Back in my village where I was born in the former Cyangugu, the western province of Rwanda, in a very tiny village called Nura, we did not have a culture troupe, we did not have a TV where I would have seen an artist, but I just loved music from hearing songs on a small radio that my father had, and also the songs in church. I was doing it for the love, and at the age of 11, I started like singing in different places, different churches, different events. The hardest part was when I moved to Kigali, away from my family, where I kept feeling like I was a foreigner, because you get to lose all the people that you know and all the children that you used to play with. Then you come to Kigali where everything is different, and you go to school where you feel like other kids are more advanced than you, and you just keep feeling that difference between you and others. And I feel like I kept feeling like that until I came to realize that home is familiarity. In 2009, I started learning more about history of Rwanda and how artists participated in before and during the genocide, sensitizing the message of hate among Rwandans. And I said to myself, what if I use this talent to actually spread love and humanity and all the good messages that I could give out through my voice? And that was the first time when I wrote the song Igihe Dupfa, which focuses on the message that yes, we have differences as human beings, but the commonality is more stronger than our differences, and our differences can also still be used for a good reason to live together in harmony. So that song was basically inspired by my own story, because I was reflecting on my father's strong opinion on the church and the people who went to church, and trying to imagine some other common things that they have together. And I was like, what if my father just focused on the fact that if you go to church or you don't go to church, but we still go to the same market, we still have a lot of needs that are common as human beings. So I said to myself, I should release this song so that, first of all, it can be a beginning for me to forgive the fact that my father did not support my idea of becoming a singer as I love to do it, and also to all other human beings, so that they can have that kind reminder that apart from being different in different ways, we're also the same in other different ways, and all those things that separate us, as differentiate us as human beings, shouldn't actually separate us, but they could bring us together. The first one was actually, the Urukumbuzi one, was actually inspired by stories that I was hearing, because at that time I was living in a center known as Mwanukungwa, where I was living with so many children who also lost their parents and had different problems, or others who had their parents but were not living in harmony with their families, like myself. And all the testimonies that were shared were so sad. There were a lot of sad stories at the time, especially amongst children. And for me, I was like, I can come up with a song that can help them understand that this life is gonna go to the end, and we will live another life that had no all those problems. That's how Rukumbuzi came about. I never thought about it as something that was gonna really touch other people as well, because I created it for Mwanukungwa children, because there was that time when I was performing for them as usual, and I can say that at Mwanukungwa was also the place where I got to realize the power of music, because at that time so many children were living with trauma that they did not know how to handle it. Even I think the Rwandan medical sector at the time did not really have the tools and all the infrastructures to treat that. But I remember when some of us were triggered, I could always go to the hospital, because they took them to normal hospitals, and maybe gave them like treatment for fever, stuff like that. And every time when I sang for them, they just got back to life, and we went back to the center. So that, even though I was a child, but that really showed me that there was something powerful that was in me, which is music, that can actually help people to heal. And I'm so thankful that I got an opportunity to grow up in a country that was once destroyed, but I experienced the growth of this country. And the growth is also including the arts. I've seen that the government is now doing all their best to make sure that this industry is also looked at with a different eye that is intending to better it. And I'm so grateful for that, because when you look at the history of Rwanda, you actually can see that art has, even though some of the artists have misused it, but art has also played a big role into the Rwanda that we have today. So I'm really grateful for that, and being able to experience that and being part of the change and transition where we're now creating Rwanda, or building Rwanda to become the destination of creative industry. And I dream of living that as well.